Here we are again with the same sort of problem, only this time with decimals instead of fractions. This is number 3 from my practice test for Chapter 2. I would recommend, if you're having a hard time seeing this stuff, to use a number line, just as the book suggests. We'll put 0 right in the middle. We're going to go range from like a negative 3.1 to positive 1-ish, 2-ish. So let's put, since we're going to go a little past negative 3.1, we'll put 4 here. And we'll cut that in half and say 2. So 3 would be right there, 1, and these are all negatives. And likewise, we'll go in this direction, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 0 obviously is right here. 3.1, negative 3.1. The way you think about this would be from negative 3 to negative 4, we'd have, if we cut it into 10 little pieces, which it'd be easy to label, 3.5 would be right there. Then we got to put 1, 2, 3, 4. So I made basically from negative 3 to halfway in between. That would be negative 3, negative 3.1, negative 3.2, negative 3.4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let me start that over. This would be negative 3, and this would be negative 3.1, negative 3.2, negative 3.4. I mean 3, excuse me, negative 3.3, negative 3.4, negative 3.5. So the way I started that out was just put a line right here in between negative 3 and negative 4, and I know that that is negative 3.5. So all these little marks would be negative 3.1, 2, 3, and 4, and so on. So essentially what we have for the negative 3.1 is it's right there. Negative 3.1. And so let's put a little dot. Negative 2.3, same thing. Negative 2 is here. So if we cut this into 10 little parts, which is kind of what I did here, but I didn't finish. Maybe the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's start with the half. That'll be negative 2.5. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So negative 2.3 would be negative 2.0, negative 2.1, negative 2.2, negative 2.3. So right there would be negative 2.3. Let me go ahead and erase that negative 3.5, since that I was just labeling that mark. It's not actually one of the points we're trying to find. Now we've got this taken care of, this taken care of, this taken care of. Negative 3 obviously is right here. So right next to the 3.1 we've got negative 3. It's getting kind of cramped in here. 1.5, that would be right in between 1 and 2. So that's 1.5. And then 0.1 would be 0.1 would be, here's 0.5. And same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this would be 0.1. And so, since I'm doing arrows to everything, we've got our numbers. Negative 3.1, negative 3, negative 2.3. 0 is one of those, so I guess I should label it 0, and then 0.1 and 1.5. So once you get the concept, it's actually quite easy to see that negative 3 is not as big as negative 3 and a little bit more. Likewise, here's 0, and this is 0 and a little bit more, just one little mark past 0. Once you get the concept, you know, clearly you can see all the negatives are over here, and the bigger numbers, the bigger the negative, the smaller the number. The bigger the positive, the bigger the number. So that's how you do this sort of problem, and working it out on a number line is really helpful. And in terms of dealing with the decimals and stuff, that's actually 6th grade material in in 6th grade, your student is supposed to learn about decimals and fractions and how to switch back and forth between the two. And so if they've got a solid foundation in that regard, the only difference here is we're going in the negative direction, and positive is where 6th grade works on. And now we've got the reflection, the negative side of that same material.